Hey folks, welcome to the Do-It-Yourself-Dad channel. Today let's talk about power and electricity and this little power box. Now, we've had this truck for a while and we've done some work on it on the channel, but from here on out, a lot of our automotive stuff is going to be over on our other channel, the car DIY channel, so make sure you subscribe to that if that's the kind of stuff that you're into. A lot of the car stuff's going to be going that way from here on out. Now with cars, trucks, everything else, the way people use them, it's kind of a Swiss Army knife. They've got to do everything. This thing's got to go camping. It's got to go to the beach. It's got to haul the kids around town. It's got to go to the hardware store. It's got to do the commute. It amazes me that we don't put better ways to power all of our devices, our phones, our cameras, our drones, or all that stuff in our cars. So I'm going to show you how we did it with this little thing. Now, we've had larger battery boxes and solar generators and whatever you want to call them on the channel, but they were really expensive. The first one was like a $1,600 one. The second one was over 600 bucks. This thing is half that, less than half that. So, and it's small, which is what I really like about it. So let me show you this thing real quick and what it is. This is from Allpowers. It's got about 370 watts output, so it should be able to do just about everything except for like a large fridge. But we've actually powered a fridge, and we're gonna have a video on that real soon. So subscribe if you wanna check that out, how we powered a fridge with this little guy. But what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna show you how we were using this in the truck, what it can do, and then also the kind of devices we're doing, and maybe this fits into your lifestyle. So check out, I've got a link for it down in the description below. These are not that pricey. I think it comes in about 250 bucks in that range. And then I'm also gonna show you a cool gizmo that makes this thing 100 times more usable that I've also got in the truck. So let me show you right now the kind of stuff that we've powered with it. Now, we kind of live the stereotype here in Southern California. We do hit the beach a couple times a week to go surfing, and with that comes sand and salt water. Try to get that off us before we get in the truck, and we are using this thing to power this thing. This is our 12-volt shower. It pulls hot water out of that little container there, and we can take a hot shower right on the side of the road, get everything hosed off us. I am going to have another video about the shower system on my other channel, so be sure to hit subscribe on that one. It's going to be coming out real soon, the Budget Outdoor Adventure channel, listed below. Now, in addition to having the 12-volt socket, which is a cigarette lighter socket, we've also got a 110 socket, which is basically a wall socket for your house, and USB. And here we're using those wall sockets to charge the batteries to our drone. We like to put the drone in the air every time we go to the beach, or as much as we can, because we do often see wildlife, dolphins, sometimes even sharks from above as we're out there. Now, this time we didn't actually see any of those things, but we did get to see some pretty awesome surfers and a gorgeous sunset before we headed home from the beach. Now, another thing is, actually on the way out to shoot this video, I realized my batteries for my camera was dead, and I was running this thing, got some juice in the camera. So I've been charging cameras with it too. But one of the really cool things about this also is the size. A lot of those other ones were big and they were heavy, and this is where I keep it so I can get at it all the time. I got it in my swing case. So you just pop that, and there she is. I just keep her in there, and I've got some cables right there if I need to charge it or to jump start a battery with it. But I've got a link for these things, the video where we put this in the truck if you want to check that out. But you can see the size, the form factor here is really, really nice and convenient. Now, remember I mentioned something else in here that was really cool that made this thing a lot cooler to use. I'm going to show you what it is. I got it hidden inside here, and part of the nice part is how small it is. It's right here underneath my seat, and it is this thing right here. This is also from Allpowers, and it is a 100-watt solar panel here, and I usually put it up on the roof of the truck to get it out of the way to keep the dust off it, but this little package packs a lot of punch. So let me show you setting this thing up. Now, I mentioned a second ago, this is usually where I set it, is up on the roof of the truck, and that's for a couple reasons. It keeps it out of the dust, out of the debris. It also keeps it away from prying eyes. If you just want to leave this thing in your campsite, people aren't going to see it if it's up here, but you can see pretty good sized panel. And right over here, there's a little pouch. You've got all your cables in here, which is neat. And it's got all these different adapters, so you can adapt it to stuff. On the back of this thing, there's also 2 USB ports and an 18-volt out. So you can charge 2 devices on here, 2 phones or whatever you want, and then you can run your cable here off this port and then run it straight into your battery bank. And now it's going to sit there and charge your battery. And it'll actually tell you over here, it's kind of hard to see in the sun here glinting off it, but it'll tell you how quickly your battery is charging. And you see here the sun right now, very low in the sky, but we're still getting a green light here. We're still getting some charging off it, and it is chugging away here. So it does tell us right there that it is charging. Now, in my experience, if you run this thing completely flat and run the 100-watt panel here, in 1 day of decent sunshine, you can charge this thing from completely flat to completely full. So it's great for camping because you can charge all your stuff and then recharge your battery bank without having to plug this thing in. But you can plug it in. It does also come with a wall charger and a way that you can plug it into your vehicle. The one thing it doesn't come with is a cigarette lighter charger that you can plug it from there into the cigarette lighter of your car, but you can pick that up separately if you want it. Now, another thing that I've been charging a lot on this thing has actually been my phone, but this is really cool. I've never seen another charger that does this. You lay it on top there and you look there. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm trying to focus it, but this thing has inductive charging. So you can plug a USB cable in because it has USB ports, but you can just plop your phone on top of this thing and charge it while you're using it for other stuff. Now, speaking of phones, the other neat thing this thing has is it's got an app. And when I first got it and I found out it had an app and a Bluetooth, I really didn't understand why until I started playing around with it. And here it is, the app, you connect it via Bluetooth and it'll show your power in, power out, time to empty. So that's kind of the basics, and also how much juice you got. So if you have this thing in the trunk of your car or you're camping, you got outside your tent, you can check all of these parameters here. You can see how much juice is coming in off your solar panels, how much you're using, but you can also turn on and off things. So if you want to use this thing to remotely turn on a light outside your camper, you can turn on and off your 12-volt socket just using that little toggle. You can turn on and off your USB if it's a USB powered device. Maybe you got this thing connected to your coffee maker and you want it to kick on and you don't want to get out of bed. You can fire it up right there by turning that on. And then you can even turn on and off the LEDs. So this is this little switch here, and you can see so you can see those LEDs coming on and off. So that's another kind of cool feature that this thing's got, just a little added bonus. So my commitment to you, our viewers, has always been that I don't just throw this stuff on the channel after I receive it. I always test it. And like I said earlier in the video, and I showed you all the stuff I've been doing with it, this thing's been getting beaten on for a couple months. I haven't been kind to it. I've been chucking it in that swing case in the back, bringing it to the beach, getting salt water on it, using it to take showers with, and it's been doing really, really well. So if this thing interests you, I got a link down in the description below if you want to check it out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because we got lots more cool stuff, tech stuff, things like this coming your way. And of course, thanks for watching.